Alright, thanks for clicking on the video. This is Gulpain, back again with a quick video. And today I'm going through the 5 kind of most wanted or 5 holy grail games for the Game Boy Advance, because the Game Boy Advance is something that I like to collect for. Let's have a look. Alright, so first up, I have Breath of Fire 1 on the Game Boy Advance. Obviously, like, I want all these like complete in box. I want the box, the manual. Well, I'm not really pushed about the manual, to be honest. But I like having the box to go in, like, because all the Game Boy Advance games I have the box with them. There's only one I don't have the box, and it's like the basketball game. I forget what it's called now. It's like anyway, it's a crappy basketball game. They said when I bought it on eBay, they said it had the box and there was a picture of the box, but then they sent me like a DS case with just like an empty DS case, so it's quite annoying. So I'd like to have Breath of Fire 2. So I have Breath of Fire 1 on the Game Boy Advance, and it's really good. It's okay. I'm not as into Breath of Fire 1 as I was Breath of Fire 3, because Breath of Fire 3 is amazing, but then it's hard to go back to the original, you know, like the older one, like so. But it is a Super Nintendo game, so you know you would expect better. So Breath of Fire 2 is one I haven't actually played, so I would really like to have Breath of Fire 2 complete in box in the Game Boy Advance, please. So hopefully one of the bids on eBay that I will eventually win, because I want to get it for like under 40. I don't want to like pay any more than that. I know like some people might be like, you're such a cheapskate, why don't you just pay the 100 quid for it? And I'm like, well, if I do that for every game, then I'm going to be like, you know, I don't want to do that. I gotta pay my mortgage. So you know, and I think it's more fun as well to get them for, you know, like a decent price, like a steal, because it's more like the thrill. Because you could just basically, if you want to, you could just go on eBay and just pay the inflated price for all the games you want now, but there's no fun in that. Let me tell you, sir, there is no fun. I like the Game Chasers, where they go and try and find the games. They will go to the nooks and crannies, or the, you know, the random areas. That's the kind of person I am. So the second one then is Sigma Star Saga. So my good buddy, who I've never met, Retro Ed UK, who I exclusively communicate on eBay, or not on eBay, on YouTube with. Very nice guy, Ed. He recently got a copy, well, it's a while ago now, of Sigma Star Saga. So Sigma Star Saga is like a hybrid RPG, like shooting game or something like that. It's on the Game Boy Advance. It's a really good looking game, and I think it's around about like 35 quid, something like that. Well, it used to be anyway, but it's gone up now. So there was a copy. Ed even like sent me a message saying, oh, there's a copy on eBay, you should buy it. And I was like, yeah, I will. Then when I went to get it, then it was gone. So I was like, infuriated mildly. So then Sigma Star Saga looks like a pretty good game, and one that I would like to add to my Game Boy Advance collection, obviously for the right price. And then the next one then is Sword of Mana. So I actually thought I bought this the other day, because I've had this on my list for a while, and I'm like, right, if I see it, I'll buy it. And then I thought it was the one, I thought I was buying it, but I actually bought Shining Soul. I'm looking at it right now. So I bought, I think it's Shining Soul 1 or 2, or it's Shining Soul 1. I'm looking at it, but the sun is reflecting on it. So I bought Shining Soul, and I was like, okay, that's it. That's an RPG that I want. Shining Soul is actually in the Shining series, but it's not like a tactics RPG. It's like what do you call it? Like a action RPG. So it's not in the Shining Force kind of the original mold, but I still like Shining Force anyway, so I wanted to get it. Anyway, it's another Game Boy Advance RPG, and I love those. So Sword of Mana then is in the Mana series, so it's kind of like Secret of Mana, but it's not really one of the good ones, I don't think, but I don't know, I'm gonna get it anyway, because you know it's a Game Boy Advance RPG, and that's what I like. The next one then is, I was going to skip this because I heard it was really bad, and I've actually bought this already, so that's actually good, because I'm looking at it right now. I'm actually going to get it. So when I made this video, when I made this list of videos that I wanted to make, it's actually taken me so long to get around to making this video that I've actually got the game that's on the list. So this is Yoshi's Island for the Game Boy Advance. It's Super Mario Advance 3, and I remember I listened to so I didn't want to get this because I thought it was really bad. I've never played Yoshi's Island. I still haven't played it actually. I need to put it into the old Nintendo DS that plays Game Boy Advance games. I heard that it wasn't very good because Mario keeps crying and stuff, and I heard it wasn't like like Super Mario World. So I was like, I just skipped it. And then I was listening to this podcast by Retronauts, and apparently Yoshi's Island is one of the best Mario games ever made. So I completely snoozed on it, and I never even tried it. So I'm going to get around to it. So that's one off the old list right there. So I'm making progress here. As I'm actually making the video, I've actually already bought the game. It happens. And then the last one then is an RPG I'm not too familiar with. It's called Tales of Fantasia. So I think this is in the Tales series. Now there's loads of games in the Tales series. So I'm actually starting to kind of buy some of the games in the Tales series. The first one I played was Tales of the World Radiant Mythology on the PSP, and I really like that. And I bought the older one, Tales of Eternia. My wife got me Tales of Symphonia for the Switch, and I started playing that around Christmas, so I like that. So I want to get into the other ones, and I've heard Tales of Fantasia is a very good one. So it's sort of like an older one, but it's not too old you can't play it, but it's not one of the newer ones. Which if that makes sense, I quite like the kind of Super Nintendo style of RPG, but like a bit updated, like the really good Super Nintendo ones, or the PSP ones, but not the ones that are in 3D. But I still like the 3D ones. So that's 5 Game Boy Advance. What I said makes no sense there. Sorry. So that's 5 Game Boy Advance complete in box games that I want to add to my Game Boy Advance collection, my ever-growing Game Boy Advance collection, my ever beefier vegan beef Game Boy Advance collection. So if you've got any games you want to add to your collection, whether they're aspirational like Holy Grail or just like completely gettable, as in Yoshi's Island, I just bought it for £14 on eBay, complete in box with manual, pretty good price. So let me know in the comment section below. If not, then thanks for watching and thanks for listening. I'll see you guys in the next video. Adios.